In there?
Come on. I might be good for a little bit.
Got your chat up?
Oh damn, we've been live the whole time. The mic. Hey, Shalom, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, underneath Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated and associated with any other Israelite group. Again, we are not affiliated or associated with any other Israelite group. Tonight's topic, man, we're going to be digging in on something that is very serious in the black and brown community, man, and in the Native Indian community as well. Mental health and depression, which is a plague upon our people as well, man. And it's also a curse from the Lord himself, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people have a lot of mental health issues and deal with depression, especially in the black and brown communities and on the reservation. And what our people don't understand is that leads a lot of our people to do a lot of different things, such as drug abuse, substance abuse, all of these different things that we do that land us in more trouble. But we're going to dig into that tonight and just to go in on some topics on that, man, to show you how brotherhood and sisterhood can help you get through them type of things. Like, you know, a lot of people now, especially in these days, we got a lot of people now, they always say, I don't need anybody. I can do all of this by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need anybody. It's better for me to be by myself. But it's hard to try to fight those demons by yourself. You know, one thing we're going to bring out and show you how these demons, they fly in packs, man.
That's right.
These demons attack in packs. You know, they are warriors themselves, man. And they know strategic ways to get to you. And when they attack. Boom. The Lord is a man of war, man. Right. And you think about that when it comes to them demons. Them demons work for Satan and Satan works for the Most High. Right. They're going to strategize a plan in order to make you fall victim. You know, you think you can battle these demons by yourself, you're sadly mistaken. You're going to be cooped up somewhere by yourself in the house dealing with depression. They show you in the commercials all the time. They show you those commercials where it's people battling depressions. 10 times out of all videos I don't see, it's always some woman by herself in the house. By herself in the house. When people come around, she's more depressed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to fight depression by yourself.
Right.
Learn how to deal with it, man. Come into I.S.U.P.K, man. We can supply you with everything that you need. We can be here. We got counseling programs. We're going to give you everything that you need to help you fight this depression. Don't try to fight it on your own, man, because you're going to lose that battle.
Right.
But if we could we get Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5?
Okay.
This is the first thing that we need to understand right here.
Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord.
Do what?
Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord.
With all thine heart.
With all thy heart.
And lean not unto thy own understanding.
That's the first thing that we need to understand.
That's right.
That's the problem with us now. We don't trust in the Lord. You trust in Steve Harvey.
Right.
You trust in your pastor. Good night. You trust in your pastor. Most of your pastors are dealing with depression.
Right.
Dealing with all type of medical issues. Man, how you going to trust in the pastor that's a homosexual?
Damn right.
How you going to trust in the pastor that's a child molester? What could he tell you about a situation that you're dealing with that's going to help it? He could tell you nothing. And that's the reason why a lot of us are going. That church is filled with all type of mental health victims, man.
That's right. Right.
You know how many people go to church? Because a lot of people are trying to figure out a way how to fight that depression and those mental health issues. So they think going to the church because they feel like this is the house of the Lord. So this is going to help me overcome my demons. And you always see people in the church. It's always somebody in the church crying,
Right.
full of tears, just
Right.
don't have an emotional breakdown in the goddamn church. You know, up dancing and going crazy like they doing whatever they call it, a praise dance. You can't even touch them. They just, that is a psychotic thing to do, man.
Damn right.
Imagine if you went into the streets. Imagine if you went. You know one thing I ain't never seen. I've never seen nobody catch the Holy Ghost in the grocery store. I've never seen nobody just break out and catch the Holy Ghost in the grocery store. Because if you catch that in the grocery store, they're going to take you to a psychotic facility.
Damn right.
They're going to give you that nice coat that makes you hug yourself. That's what they're going to do to you. Think about that. Think about how many people never go to the supermarket and bust out, the Holy Spirit was on me when I was in the line and the Lord was on me. Some reason they bring that to the church. I'm going to wait. I got a little energy drink, right? So throw out of them. Some reason they wait every Sunday to get to church to start doing that psychotic praise dance.
Right.
You know how many kids are traumatized? I remember they showed a video. It was just a little kid watching somebody. I don't know who the person was, but they was watching this older lady doing the praise dance, and the child was just like this, like didn't even know what was going on, and just in shock because, seeing something like that just bust up and start yelling and screaming and start doing the praise dance. Man, that'll scare any child, man.
Damn right.
That'll scare any child. And people don't understand. That's a psychotic episode, man.
Right.
They called it the Holy Spirit. No, that's the Holy Psychotic. You are psychotic. You losing your mind. And then after they get through doing all, they don't wear out the energy. What do? Ooh, Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. What is this? What is this? A porno? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Damn kids in the back traumatized, just like, what in the hell are we witnessing right now?
Right. So like if
Come, sir.
So like if I could, not that I would know, but they be hot and sweaty up in there like they on the flick. Hot and sweaty all over the damn place.
Woo! Pastor be up there. Let me put hands on you. And the pastor, he come out there, Lord Jesus. Ooh.
Sound very sexual up in there.
Pastor sounding like a deep voice Prince out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that church they're not fixing anybody, man.
Damn right.
If that was the case, how come we still have black people dealing with mental health issues?
Right.
As many of our people that go to church, that are inside these churches, how come we haven't solved that problem?
Right.
We haven't solved drug addiction. We haven't solved prostitution. We haven't solved single family households. We damn sure ain't found out a way how to help our people with the mental health issues.
Right.
But these churches call themselves the houses of the Lord. How can you be the house of the Lord and you can't fix anybody's problems?
Right.
Money doesn't fix anything.
Right.
Money is a pacifier. Hell, you got rich people out here right now still going through hell. Terrell Owens, a Hall of Famer football player, he was on TV busting out in tears because he had an emotional breakdown one time. In tears, had the Michael Jordan face, tears just flowing. You got it, Shia.
Even with Delonte West.
He was a millionaire basketball player, ended up being a drug addict.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
End up being a drug. And let's not talk about your entertainers. Let's not talk about your rappers. Whitney Houston, millions of dollars, end up being on drugs. The list goes on.
Like if I could, DMX.
A very talented brother, Sloggy Sir Khan. DMX, like I don't want to say it. DMX, a very talented brother, man, but could not fight the drug, and he was heavy into the church. Heavy into the church, man. Always referenced the Lord whenever he did a song.
Right.
But look how DMX went out. We're not on the drug addiction. Even so, like, so you got to say.
Whitney Houston grew up in the church. She used to sing in the church before she ever, became a big star that she came.
In the church, sir. Singing in the church. Whitney Houston. Beautiful. Beautiful sister. Ended up getting on cocaine and crack. I don't know if was she on crack or cocaine?
I was gonna say.
Crack and cocaine's the same thing. They both a powerful substance. You know what I'm saying? You can read that again for me, Bobby Kashaw?
Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
Now, what is your heart? What is your heart? Come on, you got it.
The Quan Carson say your mind.
Damn right, that's your mind. The scripture says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, with your mind. Trust in the Lord with your mind. You got to trust what the Lord says.
Yeah, right.
Don't do what you think was best for you. Right. Hell, you've been doing it your whole life, and how's that worked out?
Right.
How's that worked out?
Right.
Tell me how's that worked out. You thinking for yourself. When you have the instructions right here in the Bible.
That's right.
Trust in the Lord with your heart, with your mind. Go ahead.
And lean not unto thine own understanding.
And don't lean on your own understanding, man. Don't think you know what's best, man. That's why here in the I.S.U.P.K, a lot of people are coward out of here. They'll run out of here.
Right.
They see how disciplined we are. They see how serious we are when it comes to serving the Lord.
That's right.
Y'all do that? Oh, y'all do this? And this be from church people. This from people that go to church when we tell them, nah, we don't eat shrimp, pork, crab, and lobster.
Right.
Why y'all don't do that? Because the Bible says that. Oh, I don't know about that. But you a Christian. You a goddamn Christian. What are we even talking about? What's this conversation about? What am I doing? I'm doing what you're supposed to be doing. What are you doing? Well, my Bible don't say that. Yeah, the same Bible you got in your purse. You know, man, some of these sisters be out here with the big purse with the Bible in there, going to blow rods, man. Prostituting themselves out, man. Remember, brother was telling us about that. He was like, man, it was a sister in the church. She was just notorious for being a, good night. Notorious for being that. Had all type of allegations against her for sleeping with the pastor. She never got kicked out that church, though. Some had to be true.
Right.
They never kicked her out. They always tried to keep it swept underneath the rug. But I know her, what they called us, whatever they called the pastor's wife.
The first lady.
The first lady. Ooh, she was disgusting too. So like, sir, she was disgusting. She was disgusting. Come out there with that nice purse, dressed nice, make sure all they kids were dressed nice.
Right.
And she could not stand that sister who was making them allegations. But maybe something was true. But so like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, I said, man, that's the first thing we got to do is trust in the Lord with our mind, man. You know, and don't try to battle depression in your own ways, man. You know, when a lot of people do this, they end up turning to substance abuse, like drugs and alcohol, man. They look for gateways to get out of these situations. You know, half of the people that smoke weed right now, if you ask them why do they smoke weed, 9 times out of 10, the answer gonna be is it helps me to relax. In other words, what they're saying, it helps me to feel comfortable. You know, I know I'm poor. I know I'm living through hell. But if I ain't got this weed, I'm a whole different type of person.
Damn right.
They smoke the weed, and how they get the, hey, you good, bro? I remember when I was a drug addict, because that's what you are if you smoking weed.
Right.
You are a drug addict.
Damn right.
You are a drug addict. You're no different than a crackhead.
Right.
A crackhead got to have his fix. Guess what? When you ain't got your weed, guess what? You got to get your fix too.
That's right.
You got sisters that'll have sex with somebody just for some weed. Go ask the weed man. I don't know any weed man. Nah, I don't know. I don't know where the hell they probably dead in jail. I don't know. But I know all the weed men back when we were growing up, they used to have sex with just about every woman that came to buy weed from them. Most of them had men. I remember one of the weed men, he got robbed by one of the girls' baby daddies because he thought that she was sleeping with him. And of course she was sleeping with him. Oh, he'll front me something. And it was crazy because she would go to the weed man, get the weed, and come back and smoke it with him.
Wow.
Like, that's horrible. Like, your woman got to go, like, why you can't go deal with the weed man? Not telling nobody to smoke no weed, but, you know, if y'all going to be some crackheads, why can't the man go get the crack for y'all? Or the weed? Why you got to go get it? That's what happens, man, when people are on their drug, man. They start dealing with depression. And have you ever seen a couple that are both weed addicts, man, or crack addicts, and they don't have the drugs? Everybody's in trouble.
Right.
Everybody's in trouble. The kids in trouble. You say something? Okay. The kids in trouble. The parent, anybody that comes over you in trouble if they don't have a fix, man. I remember going to the pawn shop, man. It was a couple. They was in there trying to pawn, what was it, a TV? And you can tell what time it was. You could tell, like, they were pawning this TV because they needed to go get high. Right. You could tell. You could just tell by some people's demeanor, like, okay, they smoke weed. Somebody broke. Somebody ain't working right now. So this is the only way they could get the money for it. You go ahead, Shy, y'all.
Man, I don't want, man. I done seen so much when it comes, you know, drugs and in overall, but crack specifically, man. When I say that's a whole dark world right there, man, to the point of where men will send their wives go do whatever dirty work. It don't matter if it's fake money or selling her box just to make sure he get his fix. And what he do is whoop her ass when she get back, just for exactly what he saw her for.
That is true. Good night.
It's like, if I could,
Colonel Khan, sir.
there was a video, an interview back in the day, and there was this guy who was an astronaut. I guess he used to work for NASA or whatever, and he used cocaine very heavily.
Oh, Colonel
I think I
Khan.
know what I'm talking about. He's dead now. But he used cocaine very heavily. And he was telling the story about how the crack houses look and who you'll find in them crack houses. And he said, and I quote, he said, sometimes you will find a mama up in there with her baby, and they'll pawn the baby for a little bit of crack. They literally take the babies in there and have them just hold on to the baby, keep the baby, while they take some crack, or, you know, get a hit of that crack. And if, of course, if they want the baby back, they're gonna have to make sure they pay for the crack.
Good night.
That's how bad it gets to where a crackhead mother will pawn her baby. And of course, that's not uncommon to hear, because you hear all the time you hear about mothers who prostitute their daughters for drugs. It happens a lot, even their sons.
Kind of a cunt. Good night.
That's how bad the addiction is.
Kind of a cunt. So get out of one hand. Cunt. Good night. That's how you know, man. We are in hell, man.
Right.
And that's why we blaze on the Christian church like we do, man. Because these are the people that y'all give y'all money to.
Mm-hmm.
These are the places that y'all support, and they're supposed to be doing what we're doing. But the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, we're doing the true work, man. We're out there helping brothers and sisters fight those demons of depression and drug addiction, man.
Right.
Drug addiction is linked to depression, man. Right to a mental health issue. Do you know how much of your mind you gotta be out of your mind to smoke something that you know can kill you? Crack can kill you. Meth can kill you. Let's not even talk about the overdoses on the heroin. Like heroin to kill somebody, and guess what? The line to be wrapped around the building the next day. But you know it killed Jimmy. Shit, what that's it? Down the street, let's go. But it killed Jimmy. I want to see what that feel like. God damn.
So like he ain't use it right.
And then he died. He shot it in between his toe. He's supposed to shot it between the knuckles. All right, Lord be with you. I'm just saying, goddamn, you know, it's heroin. It's fentanyl out here. You know what I'm saying? And think about, man, in the world when people would smoke weed and they'll hit the weed and next thing you know, they'd be spit coming out of their mouth. They get through coughing, eyes bloodshot, and what they say, that's that gas.
Right.
No, dog. Like, you about to die. You got to show y'all.
So like, sir, and that just goes to show how evil and wicked America is. Because I think I was with you when, on behalf of them talking about they giving out clean needles.
Oh, come.
They want to get high versus them get, you know, if they contracted some type of virus or disease. I mean, that's just what America doing, man.
America supports your habits. They gonna give you a clean needle. Like, look, I know you do heroin. Look, take this clean needle just in case you shoot it up. At least you won't catch AIDS. Like, you might get an overdose, but at least you won't catch AIDS. Good night.
Well, y'all brothers, it's like if I could.
Colonel Cancer.
It's like I don't want to take them to class.
No, 12, sir.
It's going into something so heavy. Like if I'm pretty sure every one of y'all at some point in time used to smoke something back in the world.
Colonel Cancer.
And you know how it feels to cough after getting smoke going down your damn throat. You know how that shit feels.
Colonel Cancer.
It doesn't feel good at all. So you could imagine if every time you go back to smoke that, knowing that's gonna happen, and it's not really even a pleasant feeling. That's an addiction.
Colonel Cancer.
Why would you put yourself through all of that suffering for a little bit of a high? Yeah, you're addicted.
So like if I could, sir,
Yeah.
that's like every day you wake up, you go inside of a burning building and sit in the smoke.
Yeah, right,
Like,
exactly.
you like, that house on fire? Like, yeah, I'm going up. And you walk back out. You all right, man? That's that gas. Like, nigga, you almost died. The house on fire. Like people don't understand. When you're coughing, when you smoke and you're coughing, that's your lungs rejecting the smoke.
Right.
Your lungs are pushing out the smoke. That's why you're coughing. Why do you think when people go inside of a burning building, they start coughing? Right. That's the lungs trying to push out the smoke. But we think of it when we smoking weed as, that's the gas.
Right.
Right.
That's the gas right there. It's like, what in the hell, man? Oh my goodness, man. And guess what? That goes back to people leaning on their own understanding, man. Right. You think that's the way. Like, look, that's the way, man. This is the best way to fight you know how many people, especially you sisters, man. A lot of you sisters think weed is the answer to all of your problems. Lil Tony cheated on me, smoke a blunt. Kids getting on my nerves, smoke a blunt. You know, I didn't get that job, smoke a blunt. Man, I know people right now that will not get a good job just because they won't stop smoking weed. Just because they won't stop smoking weed. Yeah, brother's gonna bring it up, man.
Yeah, I was just talking to Kaz about that, talking about Frito-Lay. And I said, man, and I told him straight out, I was like, man, I ain't worried about nothing. I don't smoke no weed. And it just registered in my head, like, I can get a job whatever I want. I go wherever I want. As long as my piss or my blood or hair is clean, I'm good. Yeah, right.
Good night, man. I remember, and think about that as a grown person. You a grown human being. You a grown man, a grown woman out here with your sons or daughters' piss and a pill bottle trying to get a job. Like, and you don't think that you have a problem? Like, you don't think it's a problem that you got to go get another man's piss and put it inside of a bottle just to pass a drug test? You don't think that's a problem?
So like if I could,
Colonel Cancer.
and it's just as easy as just stop fucking smoking the weed, and you could pass your own piss test. And that they don't never think that. They'll complain, man, I can't get no job, man. I can't get this job. And I know my pee is gonna fail if I go and do it. I got a solution for you. Stop smoking. It'll work. I guarantee it.
So I ain't gonna say that.
No, you tore.
And that's another point too. A lot of sisters, you know, they'll stop drinking or smoking or doing whatever they doing, partying when they get pregnant. And they'll stop doing it because they don't want to harm the baby.
Right.
But once they push the baby out, they go back to smoking it. But I mean, that's just common sense. If you know that's going to harm the baby in some form, that means you shouldn't be doing it because it's going to harm you also.
Right.
You see how easy and simple that is for us to understand it. It's simple for brothers and sisters in the UPK. We understand the logic of it. Like, hey, look, smoking can harm the baby and me.
Right.
But people in the world just be like, so? The cigarette pack on the cigarette and cigar pack the cigar pack that you buy says can cause cancer, and somehow people overlook the whole pack. They look at it. Let me get those cigars right there, and he slaps it right there on the counter, give it to you, and on the packet it says can cause cancer. Listen, all these people right now, they don't understand. Wait till they get a little more older. Wait till they start getting in their 40s and they go to the doctor and the doctor tell them, yeah, you got cancer. You got lung cancer. Or you got, I can't think of the other one. It's a breathing thing that you get for being around secondhand smoke. Not that was another one. You got some comments?
It's like, Quan Kurtz, he said, mine just all screwed up. And then young man Quan Carson said, they'll say, so I'm gonna die anyway.
God damn, that's horrible. Come on, you got.
Are you talking about bronchitis?
That's one you can get, but it's another one called something else. I cannot think of the name of it, but you get it from secondhand smoke, and it's just as deadly as it's more deadly than bronchitis. But you get it from secondhand smoke. And it's people out here that smoke with the kids in the damn house.
Yeah.
I remember being 18, riding with my cousin, riding with all my cousins. We deep in the Jeep. My cousins, like 3 sisters we knew. We was deep in the. No, we was in the van. We deep in the van. They rolling up, but it's a goddamn baby in the back seat, in the back. They start smoking in the van. I'm looking like, yeah, what the hell? I'm like, I ain't never smoked around no baby, no kid. I'm like, hey, what about the baby? Oh, she straight. Little baby started coughing. I was like, I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I was like, I don't know. I don't get in no trouble. They're like, cool, man, you ain't gonna get in no trouble, huh? All right. Felt horrible. I'm thinking about that now. Like, God damn, we were horrible, man. If you could you get Hosea chapter 4 and 6?
Like if I could, I think you was referring to COPD.
That's exactly what it is, sir. COPD. I know a lot of people that get that, they don't even know. It's so many people that haven't even went to the hospital or went to the doctor to get diagnosed from it. Like a lot of people's children can have that. They're like, oh, he got asthma. Like a lot of y'all kids gonna grow up with COPD. What it is again, sir?
It's called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD.
COPD. It's a disease, meaning that 9 times out of 10 they can't get rid of it, and they can't. Like when you smoke around your child, think about that. You smoking with the kids think about that. Like that's what you're going to give your children.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're gonna give your kids. Like you smoking the cigarette, the weed, the kid running around playing, running in the smoke, out the smoke. Oh, they good. Like I've seen so many cases, man. Like we stayed in the projects, we stayed in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I think maybe 9 out of 10% of Israel, we all don't grew up in the ghetto. I remember being in the ghetto, being in the hood, man, seeing sisters lose their children to DSS custody because they couldn't pass a drug test, man. Like you're gonna lose your kids to DSS custody because you can't put a $10 blunt down. $10 a blunt. $5 a blunt. Well, I don't even know what a blunt go for. Back then it was $5, I think. $5 or $10. I mean, tell me, that's what your kids worth? Your kids worth $5 or $10 for you to get high? You mean you can't fight for your children? And that's what the U.P.K will teach you when you come in here if you're a drug addict. Right. If you on drugs, if you smoke weed, you smoke cigarettes, you smoke crack, you snort powder, you do these different things. When you come into the school, you're going to realize you never loved your kids while you was on them drugs. Right. No matter how much you did, I work for these kids, I do this for these kids. But as long as you're using them drugs and not following the Most High, you do not love your children, man. You got it up.
General Muhammad said it best. He was like, if a woman or a man smoking, how you expect them to care about you? They don't even care about themselves because they know smoking is going to kill themselves. And if they don't care about themselves, they don't care about their kids.
Damn right. That's a fact. Damn right. That's a fact. you got to think about that too, man. Like if you were a sister, man, and you trying to help her battle, and she smokes weed, like that sister got to come to a realization too that she doesn't care about herself, and she like General Muhammad said, she damn sure ain't gonna give a damn about you.
Right.
Like what are you to her when she's killing herself? What are you to her? You're nothing. You're just a pawn to help her get up, or you're just something. You're just a vessel that she's gonna use to get whatever, no matter what it is, money, sex, some type of stability. You could be the person she go off on whenever she's going through something. You know what I'm saying? Like she having a bad day. Guess what? You the doormat for the day. You stupid motherfucker. You got a scripture?
Oh, okay. Hosea 4:6. My people.
My who?
My people
The Lord's people. Go ahead.
are destroyed.
Oh, what?
Are destroyed
We are destroyed for what?
for a lack of knowledge.
That's what's wrong with us now, man. We're in these conditions right now because, man, we don't have the knowledge that we need to survive in this place, man.
Right.
The Bible is the knowledge that we need to survive, man. The laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. Your Christian pastor got that book in there every Sunday, every Wednesday. He has the book right there. But he's not teaching you the right way to get out of your conditions, man. That's why people can come to church on Sunday, like General Y.A.H.K. said it the best. He said that's why our people can come into church on Sunday and leave out and be some of the biggest whores and pimps and drug addicts on the face of this earth, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about all the people that's in the church, man. I don't want to say earlier, Whitney Houston was raised in the Christian church.
That's right.
So many people, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx did so many gay skits. Good night. A lot of people were raised in the church, man. Hell, most of us was raised in the church. I was raised in the church. Both my grandparents and my mama were Baptists.
Baptist Christians.
Baptist Christian, good old Baptist. And they love that Pope. They eat the Pope, foot swole as hell. I'm just take my blood pressure medicine. Like, bit mama, your arm. Remember that Still eat the pork. Don't even care, man. Yeah, right. The Lord said his people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. We don't have any knowledge on how to survive in this place, man. And that's why your churches are going to be shut down.
Right.
Don't be surprised when pastor comes in there with bumps on his lips. That ain't going to be herpes either. It's going to be monkeypox with a mixture of herpes. Herpes pops. Sound like a candy. It's good for him. It's good for him. He need it. He need a little herpes pops. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to say, he said the dude, like I don't want to say in his TikTok, he said the dude described monkeypox as sitting on glass shards, man. Damn. That sounds painful. Like, and you know where he was sitting at on them glass shards too. Yikes. It's the if I get a little more too. You know what I'm saying? That monkeypox is going, man, the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That monkeypox is, that's the result of us not having the correct knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about how many years. That's the one right there. That's the one. You got to think about all them years, man. These Christian churches, man. I've been telling our people nothing that is beneficial for us, man.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a pastor. I mean, we stayed in the hood, man. You know, I was in the streets at one point in time in my life, and the pastor came Sunday morning about 7 o'clock, and it was early. I think it was like the sun wasn't even up then. We had been out there all night. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the streets at one point in time, man, the pastor came early as hell. I didn't know who he was. He came, partner went to his car, served him up. You know what I'm saying? He said, "Hey, you know who that is, right?" I was like, "Who that is?" Yeah, that's the pastor that preached down there, so and so. I said, "He got some weed?" Like, "Nah, nigga got some crack." I was like, I said, "He got some." So you sold the pastor some crack? He was like, "Yes." I said, "Nigga, you going to hell." I said, "Nigga, you going to hell?" He was like, "Shh." He was like, "Man, he always come." And you know what's crazy, right? Me being, I used to be it's like, excuse my language, but I used to be an asshole. I used to be horrible. Like, I went to the church just to see how he would act on the crack. Like, I was horrible. The man I was in the world, I was a horrible piece of trash. Like, I remember, like, he came, I told my partner, I said, bro, I'm gonna go to the church to see how he act. He started laughing. I said, bro, for real, I'm gonna go to the church. He said, man, chill, bro. He said, you gonna get me in trouble? I said, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. I just want to see. I went to the church. When I mean, pastors was sweating like he done came out the damn coat. He up there, and I'm laughing. I'm laughing in the back because I know why he's acting like this.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the back and I am laughing. And this is when they just came out with the little ugly camera phone. I got the little Verizon phone. I'm holding it up, trying to record it. Man, I am laughing. I come back on the block. I said, boy, whatever you sold him, that boy was in there sweating like a slave. We in there laughing. We out there busting out laughing. He up on the thing like it ain't funny, but it was funny then because he got up on the pool pit and then he had his eyes closed. He said, Lord. And I'm just laughing in the back. Lady looking behind me, looking at me. I'm laughing. I'm like, boy, this nigga is high out his mind. And I was high too, but I wasn't smoking crack. You know what I'm saying? But I was just laughing. And now I look back on it. Man, we are destroyed, man. Like, this is the man of the Lord teaching the congregation while high on crack.
Right. It's like if I could,
Come with con, sir.
everybody in there thought he had the Holy Spirit.
He had the Holy Spirit.
And the reason why I know is because I grew up in the Baptist church, and the pastor that one of the churches I attended, the pastor did actually do crack.
Good.
It's not just a one person thing. This is a common thing amongst pastors. They smoke, they drink, and they get high off of crack or cocaine. So this dude he used to smoke crack, and everybody in the church knew it.
Good night.
Everybody knew it, but didn't nobody give a damn. That's how wicked you are when you're in that churk.
You end up getting taught by a crackhead. What is he gonna teach me? Hey, listen, brother, when you break it down and stuff a little bit in the pipe, it gives you a sensation. Can I get an amen? No. Pastor, you gotta get off that crack before you teach anybody. And imagine, like, and then you know how they do the anointment, right? He up there put hands on everybody. Man, I'm talking about. I don't think I ever laughed that hard in my life. I left early before everybody. I said, man, I'm about to go tell so and so about this, but he gonna laugh like hell. And that was just something that they did, man. Pastor smoked crack, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, the Lord said, man, we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. Like, even your pastor ain't got enough sense to know that smoking crack is bad. And that's why these churches are going to fail.
Right.
They're not teaching anybody nothing. Who they think Mike Tyson is a guru. This nigga always high.
So I get my good.
Cut him a con, sir.
I get so tired of Mike Tyson on the goddamn internet.
Right.
Because they showing all these little shorts and clips where he's trying to say something deep, and he really just sound like a high Negro. He just sound like the shit that you hear Negroes say when they just out of their mind high. Because that's all he does. He smokes weed. You know what I'm saying? And they think he's so deep. And I think niggas just be really trying to be nice to him because they kind of have this fear of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson has always had this reputation for being like this, this insane, crazy, brute type dude. And so I think they just be trying to be nice to him. But the cat, he's just another destroyed Negro.
Yeah.
Good night, Con, sir. I don't want to say this, hey man, Mike Tyson is another destroyed brother, man. And you think about and like that goes right into our topic. Like Mike Tyson, man, another brother dealing with mental health issues, man. Yeah. Heavy mental health issues. Right. Like he was molested, man. He was molested by his trainer. Mm-hmm. By his trainer, Sugar Ray Leonard. Molested by his trainer. Mm. The sister, what's her name? Gabby, the one that plays in the she won all the gold medals. Touched on by her by one of the doctors.
Gabby Douglas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, another sister, man. She got touched on by the doctor that was supposed to be doing the work for her, man. Think about the coach in Notre Dame. How many brothers he touched on? Your Christian pastors, they touching on you. Mm-hmm. And think about the mental health that does to our people. You got to show y'all.
When you say Sugar Ray Leonard, you talking about back in the day, Sugar Ray. Mm-hmm.
Yep, he got touched on. He got molested, man. He got molested. And that's what them coaches were doing, man, molesting them brothers, man. You get this poor brother from the ghetto who's already dealing with mental health issues, dealing with depression, his family poor. You helping him to feed his family, and then you just, out of the blue, you just grope on him. You grope on him, touch on him. He might not even do nothing. He might just be like, damn, if I say something, I ain't gonna be able to feed my family. Terry Crews, another one. Terry Crews, 6'6", big football player. Let this small devil touch on his genitals.
It's just like, if I could, that's how you could tell that these brothers have been molested, because you got somebody like Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all watched videos of back when he was in the 90s, when I think right after he had got out of prison and he had started back to fighting. There's a lot of those videos where, what do they call it? When they both get up on the stand, both fighters get up on the stand, they talk crap to each other. What do they call it? Yeah, something like a conference, a weigh-in or whatever.
Right.
And he made a statement where he was telling the reporter, he got pissed off at the reporter. He was telling the reporter that he was gonna rape him, he was gonna make him his, you know what I'm saying? Make him his girl. So I mean, all of that right there comes from whatever traumatization he dealt with. Because like General Muhammad said before, when somebody molests a child, that child grows up and becomes like that person that molested him.
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? So then it's no wonder why he got accused for raping that woman, and he got charged for raping the woman.
Right.
There's no wonder that happened, because that's the type of thing that goes on. Okay. And you can tell today that the brother's still suffering from that, because like the evidence is the fact that he smoked weed all the time. And he trying to really hide his problems.
Right.
'Cause every time you see Mike Tyson on any interview, he's lit. Like he's lit, totally lit. You know what I'm saying? He can't do anything without that weed. If he doesn't have that weed, he is a emotional explosion.
Damn right.
Like he's not stable.
Right.
So he's already got to the point where he has to lean on something or substance that's still destroying him and is going to destroy him. But if he doesn't have it, ain't no telling what he's gonna do. He'll probably blow his damn brains out.
Got what kind out of my hand. Damn right, like these are the fundamentals that people need to understand. Like Mike Tyson, man, like I don't want to say it, another brother without that drug, man, he'll blow his brain out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing you seeing in the ghettos, man. You see people just snapping, acting crazy some days because they ain't had their drugs, man.
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to battle that demon of depression, man.
Right.
They don't know how to fight back. Like, think about that. Think about somebody who's poor, who has nothing, and don't have the drugs that they use. Like, they'll damn near rob anybody. That's why a lot of people that was smoking crack would rob the drug dealer. You know, what do they always say? Hey, man, the worst drug to sell is heroin. Because when they ain't got their fix, they'll hurt anybody. Yeah, because after they get off the drug, they got to come back to reality and then look at everything that they don't lost. They ain't got their family. They ain't got their cars. They ain't got their job. They ain't got their house. They got to deal with that.
Right.
So the only way to fight that back is let me continue to get high. Next thing you know, 5 years go by, 10 years go by, 15 years go by, 20 years go by, and then when they finally get to that point where they ready to stop, they just like, damn, I done lost everything. And I remember an older brother told me that. He said, man, and he was talking about weed, and I didn't even think nothing about it because I was young. I think I was like 18. He was like, look, man, he said, I smoke weed. He said, how old he was? He said, he said he was 50-something. He said, man, I'm 50. Either he was 40 or 50. I think he was like 40. It was 40 or 50. He was like, man, I'm up in my 40s and 50s. He said, and I smoked weed for 25 years straight. He said, now I look back at it, all the time that I wasted. He said, not getting good jobs, not spending time with my kids and everything. And he said, I wasted a lot of time, man. He said, I wasted a lot of time. He said, now I'm getting in the position to where I'm having a better relationship with my kids. And he was telling me back then to stop smoking weed. He was like, man, I'm telling you, man, that weed, man, he was like, you might think it's good, but I'm telling you, he said, you're going to be lazy. You ain't going to want to do nothing. And that's what happened. Everybody get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? If we could, can we get Deuteronomy chapter? You got any more comments, anything? Can we get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28?
Come on.
And we're going to pull that article also. And what our people got to understand is this right here. Mental health and depression is also a curse that is in the Bible. We're going to show you that that is a curse in the Bible. You can read it when you got it. Do you got the article still also up?
Come on, yeah, I got that.
Okay, Con, you can pull that scripture too first.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee,
The Lord should do what?
shall smite thee.
What does the word smite mean? You got it, Kazak.
Strike.
Yeah, right. It says the Lord is going to smite. Like Kazak said, it means strike. The Lord is going to strike us. Go ahead.
With madness.
With what?
With madness.
Somebody get the definition of madness. Give me the definition of madness, Barbara Shine, so we can get an understanding. Like, this Bible tells us something that the church doesn't even know, man. Like, this was a curse that was going to fall upon the nation of Israel. You can go ahead and read it, Kazak, when you got it.
Madness. A state of being mentally ill.
Hey, what?
Mentally
The
ill.
Lord said he was going to strike us with what?
Madness.
And madness means what?
A state of being mentally
The
ill.
Lord was going to strike us with being mentally ill. That's what's plaguing the black and brown community, man. Mental illness, depression, suicide. The list goes on, man. This is a curse that has been put on the nation of Israel, man. And nobody understands it but the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA.
That's right.
We are the only people that understand this. You got people in the fake Israelite group that talk to us about their problems.
Right.
That talk to us about the things that they're going through, man. Man, you know how many conversations we don't have with brothers, sisters in the world, man, that with us being priests and prophets, we able to tell them what's going on and try to give them the solution to help them, but they're so mentally ill, they don't even want to fix the problem.
That's right.
They don't even want to fix the problem. You know how many sisters are dealing with mental health issues, man, that are mentally ill, that have children, that have small children. Women that got small children, no husband, dealing with a mental illness. And the Bible calls that madness.
Right. That's right.
You got it, Kazak.
And the rest of this, it says, mentally ill, especially severely. Severe.
This is a severe case of mental illness, man. That's what's in your church, man. A bunch of people with mental illness. And it's a severe case of it.
Right.
Like, if you dealing with this, man, call us and come in here and get counsel, man.
Right.
Like, we gonna fix the problem. You got it,
Like this, man.
you got it, guys.
He just he brought something out. I'm thinking about he said women that got mental illness with small children, and I'm thinking about I don't know why I've been thinking about it lately, but I'm thinking about those those sisters that got kids and then they traumatized, they got mind issues and they end up killing their babies, what I'm saying, taking them out and doing harsh things to them like that.
Get a brother a hand. What he's saying is so right. And it's heavy that you say that. It's heavy that you say that because my rib just showed me a video 2 days ago of a sister who had her 4-year-old's daughter blood on her on live talking about her father made me do it. Her father made me do it, crying and screaming. And the sister not even understanding that she has a curse on her of mental illness, man. Like Kai said, man, those small children, man, have to go through trauma too. Like, those kids are trying to survive with a mother and a father who are dealing with a mental illness, a severe case of mental illness. The parents end up beating the hell out of each other in front of the kids and then turn around and try to be good parents the next day and don't think that affects your children. Why do you think child like abusive relationships continue to go on? Because it's what they see in their households. If a young man sees his father beating his mother, 9 times out of 10, or it's maybe 70% of the children will do the same thing.
Right.
70% of the children will do the same thing that goes on in the house.
Damn right.
The son grows up, he beats women too. Or some sons grow up and they don't beat women. And they might marry a white woman. Slack, sir, you got it, sir.
Here's the crazy part about it. This is why you need the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right.
Right? Because Will Smith, if I could, Will Smith don't beat women. At least that we know of. He don't beat women. He watched his father beat on his mama.
Kind one kind.
But him watching his father beat on his mama didn't really. I mean, it may have discouraged him from wanting to beat on women, but it traumatized him to the point where he acts very feminine. So it still destroyed him in some kind of way. Even though he didn't turn into a wife beater,
Right.
he turned into a simp.
Good night, sir. That's heavy out of one. You said that too, sir. And I think about Will Smith when he played in that episode of Fresh Prince where he was crying because of his father he was trying to figure, he said, man, why my father don't love me, man?
Right.
That was like really him hurting. Like they tried to figure out why he played that part so good. And he said he went back to his childhood because that was really what was inside of him. And I know so many people that watched that episode, man, and it made people cry because they were living that same moment that Will Smith was living. You know what I'm saying? Because we all are suffering from mental illness, man. Will Smith, like I don't want to say it, Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? We watched Will Smith go on stage and smack Chris Rock for a slut.
Right.
For a slut that had sex with her son's best friend. And guess what? Her son's best friend had a mental health issue, man. Like Jada Pinkett preys on people with a mental illness.
Damn right.
She preyed on Will Smith. She preyed on Alexina. And guess what? She has a mental health issue herself.
Damn right.
Go watch her on stage performing that rock and roll music. You're going to be like, this, she out of her damn mind. Because when I seen it, I was like, I was watching the whole time, just like, she on the, I'm like, that's Will Smith's wife? This is wife? I had to look, I had to pause it. I said, nah, that ain't Jada Pinkett. I said, oh, damn, that made sense. Will Smith in there trying to have a good time. In the next room, you hear, get him out. Okay. He don't know who he dealing with. Jada, are you in there? No, nigga.
Cross the arms. Like the exercise.
Will Smith in the house like this. He like, please. She break his fingers back like this. That ain't gonna work. Like,
in the name of Jesus, purge this bitch out of my house.
And she still beat her up. So I guess he got overwhelmed by demons too. Hey, so like you got that article up.
Come.
That's crazy.
Come on, you go ahead.
This is an article from Medical News Today. What to know about depression in black communities.
All right, go ahead.
Depression is about as prevalent in black communities as in white ones.
Right. So just as mental depression affects the white community, it also affects the black community. And when we say black here in the I.S.U.P.K, we mean black, Latinos, Mexicans, Jamaicans, Haitians, and our brothers and sisters on those reservations, those Native Indians.
Right.
That's what we mean when we say black. Go ahead.
But there are significant differences.
There are what?
Significant differences.
Right. The depression that we suffer from isn't the same as these oppressors. They worried about they can't pay their light bill. They worried about they can't pay their credit card bill.
Right.
Hell, we worried about we can't eat.
Right.
We worried about we can't even keep food on the stove. You know what I'm saying? We can't even pay our light bill or our rent. We struggling. Like it says there is a significant difference between our depression. Go ahead.
Black people face different social pressures.
We face what?
Different social pressures
Go ahead, cut.
that may increase their risk of depression.
So the things that we face, like the social pressure that we face, it increases our depression. You think about that when you turn on your TV and you see a black man gunned down. You don't think that makes a black man depressed? And guess what? We still got to go to work. Black people and brown people still got to work. Think about those brothers and sisters, our so-called Latino brothers and sisters, man, that are working at a job and seeing ICE round up brothers and sisters.
Right.
Think about the type of depression that weighs in on them. Working at a job, not getting paid much money. Imagine you working on a roof. You doing roofing. And every time you turn around, you looking. Because you depressed because you worried about if ICE gonna come get you. You worried about if ICE gonna come snatch you up and take you away from your family. Because guess what? They did that at a lot of these plants in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? They had like these chicken farms, like the chicken farm that's in Greenville. They sent somebody called ICE on the chicken farm in Greenville. And they said they had Latino brothers and sisters running and hiding.
Wow, man.
Like a brother said, it broke the brother's heart. He was in the world. He was like, man, who was out there? He was like, man. He was like, ICE came through the chicken farm, man. He said, bro. He said, man, they ran. They had They said, yeah. He said they had the Mexicans running, man. He said they was crying and running. Like, come on, man. You don't think that? Come on, man. That's hell, man. You can't even work a damn job, man, because you're dealing with social depression, man. You're dealing with social pressure, which helps to increase your risk of depression, man. Same thing with brothers working regular jobs, man. You don't see tons of videos, brothers doing regular jobs, delivering food, you know what I'm saying, driving trucks, and you get stopped by some crazy devil. What you doing in this neighborhood? What you doing out here? What you doing out here? No, you can't come down here. Like, think about that, man. That stuff builds depression, man. It builds depression, and I understand why some brothers and sisters do the things they do when it comes to being on drugs, man, or becoming an alcoholic, because this place is hell. But there is a solution for that, man.
Right.
It's called the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man. That's your solution to help you fight that drug addiction, man. Because if not, man, you're gonna have an increase of depression.
That's right.
From all the social pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at what's his name? The brother that kneeled on the football field, man. Colin Kaepernick. You know what I'm saying? He come to play football every time he turn around. So what about the kneeling that you're doing? Hey, I just come to play football. But why are you kneeling? I just come to play football. So what about the Black Lives Matter movement? Hey, I just come to play football. Man can't even throw a damn football. You got it, Shay, huh?
Like, sir, and that's another thing too, because you know, in the black community, a lot of time, whether it's a male, female, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, they always say, "Oh, stop crying, suck it up." You know, go out there and get it, this and that, and they don't give us no type of leeway to go to your dad or go to your uncle or mom and be like, "Yo, this is my question, this is my concern."
Right.
And now it's to the point to where it's like, okay, mom and dad don't want to hear it. Every time I bring something to them, it's an issue. So I'm gonna just go do drugs. I'm gonna just numb the pain a little bit and do drugs, and it doesn't give you. It is a revolving door for failure. That's all it is.
Right. So like
Come on, sir. You got it, sir.
The piggyback off what he just said, they can't go to their mother and their father. Why? Because their mother and father is on drugs. Right. And then their mother and father is on drugs. Right. So it's a never-ending curse, like you were saying. It's a generational curse.
Good night. Damn, you got it, cause I.
Pastors on drugs. You can't help
See, you can't help it. Obviously.
it. Drawing out for you.
You go back there to ask pastor for help. You just hear something crackling. What you need? No, what do you need, pastor?
How can I help you?
I got dimes and 20s. Which one you want? Give me a fat 40.
You about to reach deep into the church treasury.
You wonder why that roof ain't got pissed?
We ain't got that van, man.
I said, oh, I got the van right here in this pipe.
Drawing out for you.
And so like, it don't mind us, man, but we try to, we this is how we try to cope with the hell that we going through, man. Like, god damn, you think about it, man, like, that's hell, man. That's hell. The society that you live in makes you more depressed.
Wow.
Like, you think about it. Think about when that mass shooting happened inside that grocery store. Where that devil went inside there and murdered those grandmothers and those grandfathers and our people.
Oh, yeah.
Think about how every black and brown because guess what? That mass shooting that happened in Buffalo wasn't the only one. There was a mass shooting in Walmart where the devil went in there and shot our Latino brothers.
Right.
So you think about the mental health issues that we are dealing with when we go to shop inside of a goddamn grocery store.
Right.
You going to buy Pampers for your kids. You going to buy food for your kids to cook for them, and you got to worry about if somebody gonna come in here and shoot you.
Right.
And you don't think that makes depression? You don't think that makes you have a mental illness? The reason why we suffer so much we do with depression and mental illness is because of the society that we live in.
That's
It's
right.
because of the people that are in rulership over us, man.
Right.
You got a beast that's ruling over us, and you think that we're gonna be mentally stable? Look at Brittany Griner, right? Brittany Griner right now. She about to do 9 years for drug abuse.
Wow.
You know why she's on drugs? Because she has a mental illness. This woman cut her breast off. You don't think you don't think that you have some type of mental health issue? Think about that. Like, imagine if you was just at the house one day and you cut your breast off. They gonna take you to a psych ward. They gonna like, hey, something's wrong with her. She cut her breast off. But when a doctor do it, oh no, it's not a problem. You know, it's just a surgical procedure. Something is wrong with you, man. Something is wrong with you. You go into the doctor's office. You pay them to cut your rod off to turn you into a woman. Something is wrong with you.
Right.
Have you ever seen? They did a 3D observation video showing you the surgery on how it conspires when they cut a man's rod off and turn it into a vagina. It is horrible. I seen a 3D video and it hurt me to look at it. Like, we watched it. The sister's like, yeah, you want to know what happens when they do the surgery on it? I was like, I'm not trying to watch no video like that. She's like, no, it's just a 3D video showing you what happens. I was like, okay. And when I seen it, I was like, they do that to people? She was like, yes. I was like, that is mutilation. Like, that is mutilation. To allow a doctor to get paid to do that to your body. Listen, man, that's Frankenstein, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That is Frankenstein. And then the video that I seen another video was a guy, General YAHANNA and General Muhammad brought that out. I can't think of the name of it, but it's on YouTube with a Edomite, with a white man, so-called oppressor. He went and he was asking people questions about what is a real woman? What is a real woman? He was talking to a transgender. It was a woman who turned herself into a man, and she broke down. She said, I spent all this money to get this surgery, and the same surgeries that I paid for is going to kill me. She said, whatever it is, it's a man now, but it was a woman. She said, I have children right now. She said, I'm going to die because of these surgeries that I got. She said, I have had more bacterial diseases come inside of my body than people can count. And she said, it's killing me. She said, I wish I could go back and not get this surgical procedure.
Wow. Crazy.
Come on, man. You got it up. You got a comment?
No.
Come on, you can go ahead and read some more of the article out.
Okay. Although the prevalence of depression is similar between black and white communities, suicide rates have greatly increased among black youth over the past 20 years.
So the suicide rate is greatly increased inside the black community over the 20 years. And I can vouch on that, man. I'm pretty sure all of us don't have somebody in our family member that done killed themselves. I don't have 3 cousins kill themselves. I had one that blew his brains out. I had one that hung himself. Well, I had 2 that blew their brains out. And both of them was on women, and the other one was over in another situation. I had 2 cousins blow their brains out over women, and I had one hang himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, suicide rate has increased in the black community. Go ahead.
This points to an emerging crisis in black mental health.
Go ahead.
Black people may develop different symptoms of depression and are less likely to pursue or remain in treatment.
Right. So they're telling you that we suffer from depression, but we're not going to really go get the help that we need. We're not going to go get the help. Guess why? A lot of the times we don't even have the money to go get the help.
Right.
We don't have the money. Who got the money and the time to stop doing what they're doing to survive? They go to counseling. Imagine somebody got 3 or 4 kids. When can he or she stop doing their job to go get help? You know, you think about a young brother that had a homeboy that got killed. Guess what he does? He go right back to work. He go right back to work dealing with that type of trauma on him and just continue to keep working. And you wonder why brothers are the way they are, man. I know tons of brothers from the hood that don't lost partners, that don't lost cousins, that don't lost brothers, that don't lost sisters and mothers and fathers to gun violence. And guess what they do? They go right back to living their life like nothing even happened. A sister I know right now from where we from, she posted on Facebook. She lost her sister last month during a drive-by shooting. She said, I've been so busy working and making sure everybody was all right, I haven't even had time to grieve. She said, we lost our mother 6 months ago, and then 6 months after that, I lose you. She said, I ain't even had time to grieve. And you don't think that's going to build up into some type of pressure of mental depression? Right. Or mental? Who's going to help her when she falls apart? You know what I'm saying? Y'all might think the I.S.U.P. is crazy because of what we say and what we teach, but we truly care about our people. You got it, Shia.
That right there, that puts somebody into a psych ward. I don't know if y'all brothers seen this black movie called Prison Story.
I think I heard of it. With Q-Tip?
And his mom was Mary J. Blige.
I think so, come.
The brother got locked up, you know what I'm saying, just for him being a child. And just off of the first time seeing him, you know, her not being able to get, because, you know, when the child get put in DSS and things like that,
right,
you just can't take the child. So as she's trying to take the child, you got everybody that's working in DSS and police that's restraining them separate. Man, that sister went through so much to the point to where it came to a point to where they was sending message, Q-Tip sending message from the prison, and then sending to his mom. Then it came to a point to where she wouldn't respond, and her son was asking like, "Mama, where are you?" You know what I'm saying? I wrote you 2 weeks ago, you still ain't. And I mean, to the point where he actually seen her, and all he got out of her was this. They had her so drugged up, she didn't even know he was there. He leaving messages, he leaving pictures coming up, and he's just like this. The young brother sitting here looking at, probably when 13, 14, looking at his mom like, what's going on with you? What's going on?
That's hell, man. That's the life that we live here in America, man.
Right.
Kids got to watch their mother doped up on all type of medicines because she's trying to fight mental health, man. She's trying to fight that demon of depression, man. And I understand why Christ cried. We understand why Christ cried for his people, man. Like Christ, he cried for our people, man, because he seen the conditions that we were in. And you better believe, brothers in this school, man, sisters in this school, man, we cry when we see the conditions that our people are in, man.
Right.
We see how destroyed our people are. That's why you see us on these street corners yelling, like you like to say. That's why you see us on Facebook making the posts that we make.
Right.
Because it hurts us to see our people in these conditions, man. That's why, man, if you're a drug dealer, man, listen, you truly something disgusting, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you're a drug dealer, you selling your people this poison, you're truly hurting your community, man.
That's right.
Yeah, saying what's up? No. Okay, come on. We can go ahead and read that article some more.
Come on. Managing depression is essential across all communities, and finding racially sensitive treatment may be important for black people who struggle with racial trauma and discrimination.
So they telling you right now, finding racial sensitivity treatment may be important for black people. So it's important for black people to find racially sensitive treatment.
Right.
Like we need that. We need to learn how to deal with that first before we even can deal with our depression.
Right.
That's why the I.S.U.P.K, we teach our people about the racism that we're dealing with. And then we fix those demons. We let you know the reason why you're in these conditions and who did it. And we fix those problems to get you back to being normal. Yeah, you might have to take a medication from time to time. Listen, you might have to do that. You might have to take a medication. Some people ain't as strong as to fight that demon. Some people might have to take a medication until they get to the point to where they're able to fight that demon off without the medication. Right. But in order for some people to get that demon in control, they might have to take a prescription. They might have to take what the doctor prescribes them to help them fight through that demon for the time being until they really get stronger. They learn how to, I don't even need the pills. I can fight this demon. I got it. And then 2 years fly by, 5 years go by, 10 years go by, 15 years go by. They don't even take the medication anymore. They're a whole different person. The damn doctor like, damn, what the hell y'all done did to him in that school? Right. We taught them how to fight that demon. You can go ahead up.
Okay. Depression is a complex illness that can affect someone's relationships.
You read that again?
Depression is a complex illness that can affect someone's relationship.
So this depression can affect somebody's relationship, man. How many of these sisters don't ran men off? How many of these men don't ran sisters off? They're dealing with depression. You see it all the time. What the sisters say, you need to get yourself together. You got issues. Yeah. You right. How many sisters don't ran men off the men after men after men off?
Right.
A lot of us don't see it with our mothers. A new man in there every time. Another man in there every time. Another man in there every time. She running them off because they can't deal with the depression that she's going through. Rather than sit right there and help her fight it, some brothers be like, hey man, I'm out. I'm out. I ain't dealing with this. She out of her damn mind. Well, you need to bring her here. That brother dealing with depression and mental health issues, you need to come here. And you need to listen. And you do not need to lean on your own understanding.
Right.
You can go ahead out.
Okay. Mental well-being and physical health.
Damn, so this depression can mess with your mental well-being and your physical health. You know what I'm saying? Some people are not mentally stable because of depression.
Right.
Always doing out, always snapping, always going crazy. Like, damn, why they always acting like that? Why they always acting crazy like that? You know, why he don't gain all that weight like that? Why he skinny like that? It affects all of that, man. It affects all of that. You can go ahead up.
Okay. Researchers have not identified a single cause that triggers this condition. Instead, several risk factors may
Predispose.
Oh. Several risk factors may predispose people to depression. Regardless of race, most common causes of depression include genetic factors. Depression seems to run in families, which suggests there might be a genetic link.
So they're telling you right now, depression runs through the family.
Right.
And that it might be a genetic link, which it is. Depression is a genetic link. Like, it is a genetic link that can be passed down from generation to generation to generation. That's why we are the way we are right now, because that depression gets passed down. Why do you think some children, when they hear people yelling, the baby jumps like that?
Right.
It's just something that's been passed down through genetics. Go ahead.
Okay. Biological factors. Physical changes. The body may increase the risk of depression. Certain medications or medical conditions may alter a person's brain chemistry.
Right. So sometimes your physical characteristics can drive you to depression. You know what I'm saying? You might have a sister that might be too skinny. You might have a sister that might be too big. It triggers certain things in certain people.
Right.
And it can be some of the medication, because some of those medications have different side effects. Go ahead.
Environmental factors.
And what?
Environmental factors.
Meaning your environment. Go ahead.
Stress, trauma, and abuse may increase a person's risk of depression.
That sound like the ghetto to me.
Right.
That sound like the hood to me.
Right.
Stress, trauma, and abuse. That happens all in the ghettos, man. You dealing with stress, the trauma you got to see,
Right.
and the abuse. Come on, man. That's the ghetto. Go ahead.
Okay. The risk may also rise in difficult situations, such as the loss of a job or relationship.
The what?
The loss of a job or a relationship.
Imagine you lose your damn job, man.
Right.
And you got to go back to your family and tell them, hey, I lost my job. And then you got to hear your wife say this. So what we going to do about the bills for next week? What we going to do about next week?
Right.
How we going to pay the rent? Think about what that does to a man or woman. I remember BMW, right? BMW back in maybe like 2010, maybe 2009 to 10. This is when BMW they were horrible back then. They would lay people off. They would hire temps, and then they would lay all the temps off coming around Christmas time when it slowed down. And there was a sister in there who got on her damn knees and begged the devil not to lay her off. She said, please don't lay me off. Not right now. She said, you can do it in January. She said, but not right now. She said, not in December. She said, not in December. You can do it in January. But she said, but not right now, please. Sister got on her knees, man. Like, we in hell, man.
Yeah.
You got it out.
God. Psychological factors. A person's temperament, psychological makeup, and worldview may increase their risk of depression. For example, people with a negative outlook may be more vulnerable.
So they saying people with a negative outlook may be more vulnerable. What is that negative outlook? They think how we are in the I.S.U.P.K is a negative outlook on the world.
Right.
So they feel like people like us might be more vulnerable, or people that might look at the earth a certain type of way. You got it out.
That's my thing. You know, in the Christian, the Christians, they got a bunch of different branches and things like that, and nobody finds nothing wrong. You could say Baptist, you could say Seventh-day Adventists and XYZ, and everything's okay.
Right.
It don't matter what branch or what they believe in. If you Christian, it's okay. But then when you say I.S.U.P.K coming out of the same book that they coming out of, now is an issue.
Right.
All of y'all got different beliefs.
Damn right.
All right.
Damn right. Give a shot y'all out here, man. You're right. Y'all got different beliefs. Y'all got everybody all over the damn place. You don't know what the hell the damn do. So like anything else on that?
Kind. Some black people may face unique risk factors of depression, including exposure to racial trauma, difficult circumstances due to racism, racial barriers to access care, including racism from care providers and mental health stigma.
So they telling you right there, man, that a lot of our depression comes to exposure to racial trauma. So you think about all them times, like they already told you in this article that a lot of our people, I take a little bit. They already told you that a lot of our people, that depression can be passed down from generation to generation.
Right.
And think about all the depression that we went through during slavery,
Right.
and the racial trauma that we seen during slavery, seeing your family members being hung from trees. You know what I'm saying? They were children that had to watch their mothers and fathers be hung. I'm trying to think of that movie that I seen, Billie Holiday, where she went to go use the bathroom, and she went to the back of the house. She was going to use the bathroom at the outhouse, but something was burning. She went to the back of the house. It was a sister hanging from a tree, and her husband was looking up with their 2 daughters.
Wow.
That was a true story. Hung the sister, and the brother was just standing right there with their 2 daughters looking up. God damn, man. Listen, these devils, they've earned everything the Lord is going to give to them, man.
Right.
Like, we read stories on when, you got it, because I
was going to say, sir, like in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, it says, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear all day and night.
Damn right.
Shall have no assurance of thy life.
Can I give because I can handle it. Damn right. What is insurance? Assurance, it's like having insurance on the car. It's something that's going to protect you.
Right.
Like, you ain't even got no insurance on your damn life. You don't know if you're going to live or die, man.
Right.
Like, these devils have did us so wrong, man.
Right.
And they wonder why we are the condition we are in now, the way we are right now.
Right.
Oh, black people need to stop acting the way they are. Oh, Latinos need to stop with all the killing and the raping. Oh, those Native Indians, what y'all complaining about? You sick bastards. We've been exposed to racial trauma. That helps push the depression on our people, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even they said difficult life circumstances due to racism. Like, somebody's poor. Like, think about this. Imagine, like, right now, we ride around in the ghetto. Right now, gentrification, right? Imagine being black, being in the neighborhood your whole life, watching everybody in their struggle. And then all of a sudden, one day, you start seeing so-called oppressors move into your neighborhood. You start seeing Caucasians move into your neighborhood, buy this house, buy that house, and then the ghetto you grew up in starts looking like the suburbs. You don't think that's gonna, mess with your mind? Like, damn, am I next? Are we gonna be kicked out this house next?
Right.
Like, they turning this into a white neighborhood.
Right.
We must be next. I've seen it. I went through it. A lot of us don't went through it. Gentrification. And then it said racial barriers to access to including, racial barriers and access care. And you know what I'm saying? Racism from care providers and mental health stigma. Because guess what? You do experience racism from your care providers.
Right.
You don't think these doctors look, man, you know how many people don't went in there recording their doctors? It was a sister who put a recorder set in her hair when she went to go get surgery, and she heard all the racist things that the doctor said about her during her surgery. And let's not forget about the mental health stigma. They believe black people, we just robots. We can deal with all type of pain. You coming in, your leg hanging off. Hey, it hurts. Oh, you'll be all right. You will be all right. Give him 3 Tylenols. My leg is hanging off. Oh, it's all right. But Jimmy comes in there. Oh, I got a headache. Give him Percocets and Isupk. That's why your damn kids now, you damn oppressors on drugs real bad. Thank the Lord for that. Your racial, the racism that you would put upon us when we come into the hospital has backfired. You didn't want to give us the pain medication. Oh, they gonna turn to addicts. You get little Jimmy there. He beating the hell out of everybody in the house to get the prescription on the heroin pens, the morphine and the Oxycontin and the oxycodone and the what's some more pills they got out here? Adderall. What is Adderall? Ain't that make you controlled or something like that?
I know in certain forms Adderall keep some people up, and Adderall, actually help energetic people wind down. I mean, it's just a lot of it.
Yeah, you give Scotty that Adderall, he gonna shoot the whole damn house up when he can't get it. Hey, Mom, I need $30. Scotty, I gave you $120 yesterday. Screw you, Mom. Pow, pow, pow.
We're gonna go get Dad's IR-15.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to elementary school tomorrow. Yeah, guess what? That happened in Greenville. That happened in not too far from my house, 10 minutes from my house. A devil from Belton wanted to go shoot up at elementary school.
Dang.
And they caught his big dumb ass. So like, big dusty bastard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn right, sir. If we could, can we get Mark chapter 5 verse 1?
Come.
It's like it.
Come, sir.
Good for a reason, because they don't tell her how many black Hispanic children probably were killed up that day.
So like, so you know what's crazy? I don't want. My son is about to go to that school, sir.
I would've.
So like it, sir. So like it, sir. That's all I'm gonna say, sir.
Right, exactly. That's all I'm gonna say. I was about to say, if my kids there, so like it, I can.
So like it, sir. I just know this, sir. I'm rolling with you, sir. So like it, sir.
Yeah, so like it, I'm gonna be part of the prison.
I'm gonna be right there with y'all.
Captain's the car.
I'm being there with a rock on the blade, sir. Oh damn! Thank the Lord I didn't knock the young over. You got that script? You can read it whenever you're ready. Up.
Come. Mark chapter 5 verse 1.
Now let me show you some mental health in the Bible. Let me show you where mental health kind of lingers from it, and show you how it deals also with a demon. Go ahead.
And they came over unto the other side of the sea, into the country of Gadarenes. Verse 2. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit.
Right, this is Christ. This is Christ when he came off the ship from traveling from Galilee. He said he came out the ship, and what did he see up?
A man with an unclean spirit.
A man with an unclean spirit. Now let's find out what this unclean spirit did to this man. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Who had his dwelling among the tombs.
He had his what?
Dwelling among the tombs.
Yeah, this man lived in the damn in the damn what's it called, graveyard. What would you call somebody let's say right now you driving right now, you see a man out there in the graveyard with a pillow in the blanket. What are you gonna say about that man? What are you gonna say about that man? You can answer. Anybody can answer.
That man can't be all the way there.
You gonna say what?
He can't all the way there.
In other words, you're gonna say that man is a lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
He got some loose screws. You come out there, this man sleeping in he in the graveyard just sleeping. He wake up, he in the grave. He like, oh hell nah. He leave out the graveyard and walk to the store. You like, oh, get the kids in the car. Let's go.
Dang, man, unless he messed up on some acid. That's on the other route, sir.
But he lives in the graveyard.
Good night.
He ain't doing that much acid. He's made this place home. He made this place home. He like, listen, you know what? I like it here. Go ahead.
And no man could bind him.
No man can what?
Could bind him.
Nobody can control, and they couldn't hold him down. What they like to call it, oh, he got retarded strength. You ever seen somebody so crazy, they trying to, like they show you in all the movies, they got somebody so crazy, they trying to hold him down. What do you do? Bust out of there. Take off running. Now, they got a good one with Michael Myers. He's the perfect example of a Caucasian man.
All right.
Go ahead.
No man could bind him. No, not with chains.
Think about that. You put chains on the man's hands. Next thing you know, he. Hey, man, you got it, man. You good. You got it. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do with him? This man lives in the graveyard, and you can't hold him down or anything. You put handcuffs on him, he break him off. What are you gonna do? You gonna let him live in that graveyard, and you ain't gonna bother him.
Damn right.
You gonna like, hey, yeah, don't go over there. He crazy. This is a man with a mental health issue. We're reading this in the Bible. This is a man with a mental illness. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him,
Well, he broke them chains. Go ahead.
and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him.
Yeah, you couldn't do nothing with him. You go over there with him, he's gonna beat the hell out you. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go over there, hey man, chill out, man. And then somebody's gonna have to get you out of there because he's about to put you in one of those tombstones out there.
Damn right.
He was like, hey, look, man, just leave him alone, Jeff, man. Look, man, we're gonna be burying you next week if you go over there messing with him. Oh, nah, I think I can get him. And next thing you know, somebody's carrying his legs and his feet. We told you. Trust me, y'all don't see it. We don't see it in the hood. You see it on videos with people that don't have a mental breakdown. They not listening to anything. They not hearing anything. They mace him. The mace don't work. The taser don't work. Nothing. They trying to handcuff him. You got 6 police officers trying to hold him down. And he's still just overpowering them.
Right.
That is a unclean spirit, man. It's like, sir.
Like,
Come on, sir.
It's so heavy what you said because everybody in the hood got that crazy person, and you know how we always give them nicknames like Crazy JoJo, that's Crazy Mike over there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, kind of.
It's because you know that he a fool. Out of everybody out here, he really a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He like the dude that'll do anything. And you ain't gonna be able to stop him. It's either he gonna die or you gonna die.
Kind. And so like, I remember we seen a brother like that in the hood have an episode like that, and it was like, I forgot what happened. He got laced with something. They laced him with a bumble fluid. And it used to be he was a well-known drug dealer, but somebody laced his marijuana with bumble fluid. And I didn't know what a bumble fluid was, so I got a little older. It was something that they used at the funeral home. And the damn funeral home is in the hood where we was at. So somebody dropped his weed, his blunt in the bumble fluid, and when he smoked it, he freaked out. And then he started walking around in the neighborhood during all type of times. It didn't matter if it was summertime, wintertime. He always had this gray coat on, the blue jeans. He didn't even have underwears on. He just had the blue jeans on with a belt, a dirty shirt. His hair had started to lock up. He just walked around the hood, up and down the street talking to himself. Up and down the street talking to himself. And guess what? Nobody bothered him. Because when that switch got turned on, it was hard to turn off. I seen him do it. I seen it myself. I said, you know what? You're going to have to kill him.
Yeah.
You're going to have to kill him. Because listen, he snapped on a brother. Hey, it's like, you can go ahead out.
Okay. Verse 5. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones.
So he'd be out there yelling and cutting himself with stones.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like hurting himself, yelling. Like I've seen that before. You seen people that you go to the psych ward Like my rib told me about them going to the psych ward. They had to put people in the straitjacket so they wouldn't hurt themselves.
Right.
And they said day and night, only thing you hear them in there just ah. They was like, what's wrong with him? Oh, he's having a mental episode. No, it's an unclean spirit that is upon that brother or that sister.
Right.
That's a demon. That's a demon that's on them. Go ahead.
God. Verse 6. But when he saw, can I say
YAHANNA.
Verse 6. But when he saw Yahweh afar off, he ran and worshipped him.
Yeah, when he seen Christ, he ran and worshipped him. Because guess what? Only the Lord can help people fight this demon, man.
Right.
That's what the I.S.U.P.K does, man.
Right.
We see it in here every day. We see people that were drug addicts to the max. People that deal with all type of depression come inside this school and learn how to fight that, because that is the spirit of the Lord, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead up.
God. Verse 7. And cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahweh, thou son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not.
Right. He said he didn't want to be tormented. Like, think about how powerful Christ was.
Right.
The damn unclean spirit said, don't torment me. And this spirit is tormenting this man.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Oh, God. Verse 8. For he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
He said what this was?
Come out of the man, thou unclean spirit.
That is a unclean spirit. Mental illness is a unclean spirit, man.
Right.
It's something that we don't, that's what people fail to realize. Your church is so spooky in Christianity. You're gonna think when somebody say the unclean spirit, you're gonna think it's the exorcism with the Pope in there. You're gonna think you're gonna have to call the Roman Catholic Church. When you don't have to do that. You need real priests and prophets that can address that demon.
Right.
We're gonna tell you, hey, look, brother, you battling the demon. This is how you're gonna fight this demon. This is what you gotta do. No, sis, this is what you gotta do. No, shut your mouth. Listen, this is what you gotta do.
That's right.
No, you're not gonna do that. You have to talk to that demon. People might think it's crazy. You might tell a sister to shut the hell up. Hey, shut the hell up. That's what you gotta do. Mm-hmm. Shut the hell up. No, you can't have her. Sister might, why are you talking to me like that? No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to that spirit that's inside you.
Right.
That's what I'm doing. No, brother, shut the hell up, brother. That's your problem right now. You don't want to fight.
Right.
You got to break that spirit. You ever seen somebody, you start talking to them, you like, damn, you talking down on them. They be all pumped up, and next thing they be like, you right, man. You know what, you right. Damn demon don't. Okay, all right. Come on. All right, he okay. This nigga got a little power right here. He must know Yahweh. Let's be one of them One West cats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead up.
Come on, God. Verse 9. And he said and he asked him, what is thy name?
He said what?
What is thy name?
Christ asked the spirit, what is their name? Go ahead.
And he answered, saying, my name is Legion.
My name is what?
Legion.
Go ahead.
For we are many.
We. And that's what people don't understand. It's a lot of us that have a lot of demons on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially what's that thing they call that? What's that personality thing that they got people be battling? Bipolar and schizophrenic, kind of a sir. Yeah, that's an unclean spirit. One day they this way, and the next day they that day, and the next day they this way, and the next day they this person. That's an unclean spirit. And a lot of our people don't know how to battle it. Like a lot of these people don't know how to battle. You send your grandma there to go talk to him. Let me go talk to him. Next thing you know, he throwing grandma out the damn window. You know, grandma called the police. That's how. And you done seen videos of that where grandma try to go in there with mama and they can't deal with it. The first thing they do, call the police. And what did the police do? Since they don't know how to battle this demon, they just kill the brother.
Right.
They kill him. They don't know what they doing. You got a beast trying to come tame a demon. You got an animal trying to come tame a unclean spirit. Hell, he got a demon on him. He's like, you know what? The best thing I could do is just kill him and let my demon flourish.
Yeah, right.
That's what I'm gonna do. Ba ba ba. He was trying to attack me. My life was in jeopardy. This bastard got a demon on him.
Right.
You can go ahead up.
Verse 10. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country.
And guess what? That demon said he besought him much that he would not send him away out of the country. This is a heavy. Does anybody know why the demon did not want to leave out the country? This is heavy. Go ahead.
Because he wouldn't find anywhere else to dwell.
That's it right there. That demon had work to do.
Right.
Just like we got work to do, guess what? That demon had work to do too. He told Christ, look, don't send me out this country.
Right.
There's some more people I could torment out here.
Right.
Somebody else need to live in this graveyard. Because when you kick me out of him, he's going to leave. But I need somebody else back in the graveyard, Christ. Please don't kick me out of here.
Right.
Guess what? And that's how it is. Somebody else might do good. Guess what? That same spirit going to be somebody else.
Right.
That's how these demons operate. They're not bound to the laws that we are. They could be at more than one place at a time.
That's right.
Guess what? She got demons, he got demons, they got demons. Hell, the whole family got the same goddamn demon on them. Everybody about it. It's like the demon with child molestation. Why do you think it goes from generation to the goddamn granddaddy molested everybody? Next thing you know, the grandson he molesting everybody. Look, it's a generational thing. Look, R. Kelly, he in jail right now. Guess what? Somebody molested him.
Yeah, I'm right.
Guess what he did? He molested somebody else. You don't think the person that he molested is going to molest somebody? It's the same demon. Just like this demon told Christ, look, man, don't kick me out of this country. Whatever you do, don't kick me out of this country. That demon had work to do, man. You go ahead up.
Verse 11. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding.
There was a great herd of flying. So there was a herd of pigs eating. Not one pig, not two pigs, but it was a herd. So it was a lot of them. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them.
Them demons said, put us into the swine. Let us go into the flock of this pork. Put us there.
Right.
Like, this is a whole herd of pigs. Like, it doesn't even tell you the number, but just know this. Whenever there's a herd of any animals, it's usually a lot.
Right.
It's usually a lot. You go look at a herd of goats and start numbers like, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, it's like that many. You know what I'm saying? So think about the herd of pigs that they were. They said, put us in them. So think about how many demons this brother was battling. Good night.
Right.
Good night. Go ahead up.
Verse 13. And forthwith YAHANNA gave them leave, and the unclean spirit.
The what?
The unclean spirits.
That's with an S on the end. Multiple unclean spirits. Go ahead.
Went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000.
They were about what?
2,000.
God
Damn.
damn. I was thinking 20 or 30. But this said it was 2,000. This one brother. Goddamn 2,000 demons don't flew into these pigs.
So like if I could, makes a lot of sense why he living in the graveyard and breaking chains.
Right.
That's a powerful brother, sir. This brother got 2,000 son demons on it. And listen, you brothers out here, some of y'all sisters, y'all got about 2,000 demons. You fighting her. You boxing everybody. You fighting depression. You fighting anxiety. You over here mental health issues. You gonna lose, brother. You gonna wonder why your clothes are cut up and your clothes gonna look like the gingerbread man. You gonna be like, damn, she can cut pretty good. No, that's not her. That's the other demon. And you gonna go outside. Your car gonna be on fire. Like, Teresa, why you do that? That's not Teresa right now. That's somebody else. That's Amodius. That's who that is.
You gotta change her name to Medusa.
She
got the snakes in her head and everything.
It's like, yeah, I'm going home, but I don't know what I'm gonna deal with today. She might poison my food this time. Yeah, brother, just go to Burger King if you know what's best for you. You wonder why he eat out all the time. She'll tell your friends they can come over. No. Don't eat it, y'all, please. And Salai, we're gonna get one more. Let me get Acts chapter 19, verse 13.
Okay.
We're gonna go and show you what happened when those who think they know how to tame those unclean spirits, what usually happens to them.
Is it Acts 19:13 on here?
Come.
Acts 19, verse 13. That a certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them, which had evil spirits in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, saying, we adjure you by Yahushua, whom Paul preacheth. Verse 14. And there were 7 sons, one Sceva, and Jew and chief of the priests, which did so.
Right. So these were. So I'm just gonna go let you know what these is. These are sons of a vagabond Jew. Like today, these would be the sons of a Christian pastor who's lost all type of rulership. These were the sons of a vagabond Jew who at one point in time was a predominant figure in Israel.
Right.
But when Christ came on the scene, he started to shut down all of that. He started to show people that these people that claim to be our leaders, who claim to teach you about the law, statutes, and commandments, don't know a damn thing. No different than what the I.S.U.P.K does right now. We're showing brothers and sisters that your pastors are complete idiots.
Right.
They do not know the scriptures at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're showing right now here in the I.S.U.P.K. We're showing that your pastors don't know nothing. So right now, this is during the time of Christ. Now, these were 7 sons of a vagabond Jew who used to be predominant at one point in time. They were trying to do what Christ was doing, because Christ was casting out demon spirits amongst brothers and sisters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like the story we just read, when Christ cast out those demon spirits amongst their brother, they figured like, you know what? We can do the same thing. But they wasn't doing it to help anybody. They were doing this just for some type of financial gain, just like your Christian pastors. And let's find out what happened to these brothers. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 15. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua, I know.
The evil spirit said what?
Yahushua, I know.
This evil spirit said, ain't no telling how he was talking. He might have been like, yo, Yahushua, I know. Go ahead.
And Paul, I know.
And who?
And Paul, I know.
Go ahead.
But who are ye?
Ooh-wee. That spirit said, I know Yahushua. I know Paul. But who y'all? Who y'all niggas is? Who it's 70 y'all? Who we got? Go ahead.
Verse 16. And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them.
He did what?
Was leaped on them.
And he jumped on them. This evil spirit he was just like that man in the graveyard. Imagine that same man in the graveyard getting on these 7 brothers. That man leaped on them. Go ahead.
And overcame them.
He did what?
Overcame them.
They was 7 deep. It's one brother. This one brother with an evil spirit on him. It's 7 of them. He leaped on them and he overcame them. Go ahead.
And prevailed against them.
He did what?
Prevailed against them.
Yikes. He got the best of them, y'all. He got the best of them. That goes to show you numbers don't mean anything if the Lord ain't with you. Go ahead.
So that they fled out of that house naked and wounded.
They came in the house, thought they was going to be like Christ. Demon said, look, man, I know Christ. I know Paul. And then next thing you just heard glad. Next thing you know, 5 minutes later, they coming out the house naked and wounded.
Beat the clothes off there.
That's an ass woman. That means somebody was running and he's punching.
Yeah.
And when you come out there, your shirt go missing. Just like some brothers in the IUIC, I seen that happen too. I think I seen that on video. A brother got beat out of his pants by somebody's grandmother. This is a true fact.
I think a tranny got hold of one of them purple shirts too.
Ooh.
One of the ones that was massaging, the one that got shot, I think.
Yeah, one of your members in that purple group got a massage from a transsexual.
It looked like he got away without a shirt.
Wonder if he had the shirt on while he was getting that massage. Said the transsexual said, "This is how I know him. He had a purple shirt on." Ooh, yikes! Listen, brothers and sisters, don't go ahead and be a part of a fake Israelite group, man, and end up like these 7 brothers.
Right.
End up somewhere getting your ass kicked. Still like it. Now, we seen that on video. That's crazy though. Think about it though. We reading this in the scriptures,
Right.
but that just happened to a fake Israelite group.
Right.
That just happened. Hey, listen. You know what that demon probably said? Hey, Johnny, YAHANNA, look, better. Who y'all niggas is? Grandma beat niggas out of pants. He literally got beat out of his pants. The other brother had to pull his pants up for him.
So like that's cold what you just said. It's like I know Commander General YAHANNA, and I know that General Muhammad and them brothers over there. But who the hell are y'all brothers?
Right.
Jump on their ass. Good.
Con, you got it,
It's
cause
like an example of what Saram's saying. It's like these fake Israelite groups. They don't have the leader, the proper leader. So this demon was looking at him like, "Who the hell are you? I don't know you." I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
wait, you're right.
But Paul, he recognized Christ. He's following he's following the Most High, you know. And then Paul's following Christ. I mean, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
They're in order. But who are these other ones that, listen, I don't know who you are, man. Who are you following? And you following these wicked, well, let's put it this way. You following these fake Israelite groups or these fake pastors or whatever you're doing out here. I don't know. I don't recognize. You don't have no power. You don't have no leadership. You don't have no authority. Who are you? You need to get in the I.S.U.P.K the Commander General YAHANNA for me to know who you are.
damn right.
That's what it's saying.
So like, so you was about to bring us something, sir?
That was it, man.
God. Hey, like the brother said, man, look, this just showing you, we're just showing you right now, man. You got something to bring up, Cos?
If I may,
Go ahead.
bring a few precepts?
Go ahead.
All right. Ecclesiasticus 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness,
That's the scripture I got too. Go ahead.
and afflict not thyself in thy own counsel.
Right, this is how you fight depression. Read that again from the top.
Come with con. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Stop overthinking things. Stop trying to overthink everything. Oh, my light bill due. Damn, my rent due. Oh, shit, what am I going to do about the car payment? Man, sometimes you can't do nothing about some of the situations.
Right.
Don't try to overthink everything. Don't let everything weigh you down. Don't let it be too heavy on you.
Damn right.
Go ahead.
And afflict not thyself.
And don't inflict thyself. Don't hurt yourself, man. That's what you're going to do when you start letting these things overwhelm you. You're going to hurt yourself. You know what they say? They say stress is one of the number 1 things that can kill somebody, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people don't have heart attacks because of stress?
Exactly right.
Like, I know a sister, she had a heart attack at the AutoZone. Young, so you see her, she look young. She at the AutoZone. She at work having a goddamn heart attack because she's stressing.
Just like if I could.
Kind, sir.
If you go and do the research, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are most stressed and depressed people in the entire earth. And so it's no wonder that we died from a lot of natural causes. Those natural causes being heart disease and high blood pressure and stuff that comes from stress.
Kind, sir.
Because this society is literally designed to depress us and to stress us out.
Right.
Kind, sir. Damn right, so y'all don't want to hear. Cause you had something you was gonna bring up to us.
I mean, you know, that's young people as well as old too. But basically, I'm not gonna stress out over nothing.
Right.
If I can help it, you
Right.
talk to me. Unless you talking some sense, I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Damn right.
I ain't
Damn right.
got nothing to do with it.
It's like if I could.
Kind of
and
what kind,
that's-
sir?
And that's the responsibility of brothers in this truth, man. We have to be strong because we got to be strong so that we can help the weak. Because there are brothers out there, sisters out there that are a second away from blowing their brains out.
Right.
You know, because of how this society is. You know, and we got to be strong enough to help them out in situations like this. So.
Kind, sir. Damn right and shit. With that, Salagis, I'm gonna call up the priest and officer Shayala. We can go to end class.
Yeah, wonderful priest and officer hand. Powerful class. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for a brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of increase the Lord give you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest. Not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocation. Memorial of blowing of the trumpet, the first day of the 7th month, Sunday the 25th of September 2022. Leviticus 23:24-25. Remind Akim and Akwa to check a bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Men of Israel of Madian. We're going to give a courtesy salute to Saran, Captain. Madian Shabbat. Madian. Barak. Yahweh Shimmy Hawshai Brakatah.
Y'all watch this Brakatah.
Yamatak. Dismissed.